If you own a cabin, camp, house, or homestead, these 10 emergency items are definitely a necessity for any place. How's it going, everybody? Adam here at Maple Monkey Homestead. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Back here at the 12 by 12 tiny cabin in the woods for another episode. Gonna change things up from doing some work, and I have some items over here on my table that I use here around the homestead, and that I think if you own a cabin, camp, house, or homestead, these emergency items are definitely, at least in my opinion, a must-have for any place. So let's just jump on into it. I have my table over here, and I'll just grab from the table as I see fit. It'll be around 10 items, 12 items, 10 emergency items that you should have at your camp, cabin, or homestead, or house, apartment, wherever. And number one, we have a fire blanket. Everything that I show you here, link will be in the descriptions and pinned in the comments. So right here, we have a fire blanket. If you have a wood stove like I do, or if you have a propane cook stove or anything like that, even just a regular stove, what I do is I'll show you how I have this around. I hang this right over here in my kitchen area. So right here, I have a hook on the wall. So this hangs here just like so. And if there were ever a fire on my cook stove or a fire over here, I literally just pull this release tab, boom, and I can just put it right there to diffuse the situation. So that is number one, great necessity. Fire blanket, you never know when you're going to use it, and when a fire comes in, you definitely want something to chuck over it to get rid of all of the oxygen. We got item number two right here. This is a definitely must-have necessity in emergency situation. You got to stay informed if the power's out, if you have a hurricane, flood water, snowstorm. This right here is an emergency hand crank radio. Has everything you need. Has a compartment here for AAA batteries. You can charge your devices. 3 charging cords there as well. Has an antenna for your radio to come out as. You have also here USB and I believe a USB-C outlet there. We have AM, FM on the front for their bands, lithium ion, it can be charged up, or AAA batteries. Has a solar panel on the top for the lithium ion charging, and it also has a light on the side there. Not very bright right now because my batteries are almost dead. As well, it has a light on the front there, not very bright because the batteries are almost dead. But this thing absolutely works great. Highly recommend in a survival situation, in an emergency situation, to keep informed and to charge up your devices. Now this will be a combined item 3 and let's just say item 3A. Now this headlamp, absolutely awesome headlamp. Little bit more expensive, but I think it's right around like 625 lumens. I'll post a video right after this of how it works in the nighttime. It has 3 settings, high, medium, and low. Has a swivel on it right there, a focus ring so you can focus right in, zoom right in, zoom right out. And this is probably the best headlamp that I've ever owned. So definitely must have in a survival situation, emergency situation. You never know. And another good thing about it, hands-free. You know, you got to be doing stuff, cooking, helping people. Hands-free is the way to go. And we'll go into the B option of this. This is a Duracell handy dandy light as well. It has 4 different settings on it. Emergency setting there as well, as you see. So you could even keep it in your vehicle. Break down on the side of the road, use the lights, and you put this on the side just as a marker as well. Great in an emergency situation. Now we are going to be continuing right along, and these batteries, can't go wrong in stockpiling up some batteries, especially if you're going to have your headlamps and your lamps, that are battery operated. So I have some AA's and some AAA's. Just be cognizant of whatever it is that uses batteries. because you got to make sure you have those batteries on hand. I have a couple big lanterns, and they take the C and D batteries. Don't have any of those right now, so that's why I'm just sticking with the smaller stuff with the double A's and the triple A's.
All right, check this out, y'all. This is my headlamp that I had in my top 20 gift ideas for Christmas, and this is what I mean on how good it is. So here we are outside of the cabin, and we'll go on the brightest setting. Check that out, and we can focus in the beam. Check that out. Absolutely wonderful. Brighten it out, focus it in, and we'll go to the medium setting, same thing, and then we can widen out the beam. And then this is the lowest setting right here. So look at that. Absolutely wonderful. We'll go back, turn it off. And now we'll turn it on the highest setting. Oh, look how bright that puppy is.
6, I think. Now this is the same thing. This is going to be a 6A and a 6B. 6A, this right here is flint. So absolutely, it's a flint and striker. Definitely would recommend this because you never know when you're going to need it. And if you have something like a lighter here, obviously they run out of fluid. So if you don't have a lighter, and if at least you have a flint and a striker, you can get your stuff all good to go, get a fire on the go, keep warm, cook food, all that good stuff. Another good thing about this striker right here, this flint and striker, is there's a compass on the top, and it actually, it has some rescue signals on here as well for what they mean. So it's definitely SOS as well, Morse code SOS. It has the universal sign there just in case, you know, just like that, your hands up in the air. So there's all kinds of just the little things added onto this as well that make it that much more better, worth its weight in gold. It also has a dry compartment here as well, so you can store your tinders and such in there, pop it open, get it on the go, and you can strike a flame on it fairly easily. And then, like I had already mentioned, definitely a lighter. If you don't have one or the other, it's going to be hard to get a fire on the go in an easier setting. These two things definitely make fire, cooking, staying warm, easier in an emergency situation. All right, cooking and moving right along. I had a couple of these were in my Christmas wish list guide as well. Christmas gifts for men. If you want to check out that video, lots of gift ideas for Christmas coming up for the special man in your life. Now right here, I have my travel size pocket Bible. Great, it can fit right in to the front pocket, your side pocket. Great necessity to have in those emergency situations. You know, you can break it open in a stormy situation, and what better to be wrapped in the word of the Lord. So that is definitely a necessity as well. Now this next one is such a simple item, some of y'all may not even agree with it, but it's a pot. A pot, just a simple good size pot. So as you see here, this is my handy dandy, it's a universal pot. This is the one that I use the most often, and I say pot because you got to need something to be able to boil your water. If you need something, you know, if you're collecting water that's maybe a bit putrid, I guess, or that needs to be filtrated, great source to boil your water. You need somewhere to cook. You need something to cook in. So this is here. You can cook multiple meals in this pot. It can even, you can grab dirt. You know, you can dig with it. A pot has so many uses, so that's why I have it on the emergency list. Bam! We have another one. Bam! Bam! Knife. Definitely going to need a knife. You never know what's going to happen if there's just something that is arising and you need to protect yourself, or you just need it for cooking. You may need it for starting a fire, you know, cutting up some, whittling some small shavings for your fire. You may even need it for whittling. A knife is a great source of entertainment. Carving, whittling, stuff like that. Keep your mind and body busy in those emergency situations when you have those, when it's just downtime and you're just in your thoughts. Grab your handy dandy knife. you can start whittling, you can start carving, just start messing around with it, and take your mind off the situation. Now, for the last items here, can't go wrong in having stockpiles of water. As you see here, I have a good stockpile. Under here, there's probably anywhere from 6 to 12 liters under the stairs at all times. I have my big water jug, liter, 18 liters there as well. And also, stockpile. You need to have a stockpile of at least canned goods. So down here, between everything in my cupboard here, got a good stockpile of stuff. Have some more canned, jarred stuff up there as well. Hot chocolate, all kinds of yum-yums and Snicker snacks. But definitely be cognizant of your stockpile, of your jars, canned goods, sauces, things of that nature. If you don't have somewhere to cook on, definitely highly recommend picking up a 2-burner cook stove like this. Great for cooking on. This is kind of a bonus item. Heat. Definitely, if you have a secondary option of a wood stove gives off great heat, and it's super easy to just go outside, as you see here, pick up some twigs and branches, and keep yourself warm during those emergency situations where you might not have power and things of that nature. I have all of those items kicking around here at my homestead. You see the fire blanket right there. Definitely would recommend looking into these items. You never know when you're going to need it, and what I'd always say is rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So that's why I have all these things kind of kicking around just in case that I do need them. Check out my new sweater here. Love it. Love it. Oh man, got all kinds of good sweaters here kicking around that I can't wait to show y'all. So there's the episode for today. It's going to be just a shorter one today. I wanted to get up and I wanted to just give some ideas on some emergency items, considering we never know what the state of the world is going to be. It could pop off at any second. So have those on hand, and it'll put you in a better situation for when something does kind of pop off. And like I mentioned earlier, link in the description and link in the comments for all of the products. So this is Adam signing off from the tiny cabin for today's episode. God bless you all. I hope you just have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll see you back here with another episode back at the tiny cabin. There is so much going on, and if you haven't checked out, be sure to check out the video before this where we were working on getting the wood stove heat shield on. Next video maybe is going to be possibly doing the railing. Like I say, all kinds of stuff happening here at the 12x12 off-grid homestead. Check out those items, and I hope it turns some wheels in your head for some emergency items that you may need at your own place. God bless y'all, and we'll see you back here soon. Woo, woo, woo! Cheers.